from FICCI, Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry. And I would like to thank each one of you for taking out time to attend this virtual roadshow for Himachal Pradesh under the initiative of DPIIT, the Prarambh, which is the Startup India International Summit 2021. Startup India International 2021 is an initiative taken by the Government of India to promote startups in India and internationally. It is my privilege to honor and welcome uh, Mr. Hansraj Sharma, Director Industries and Vice Chairman HPCED Himachal Pradesh, Mr. Devesh Tyagi, Senior Director Software Technology Parks of India, STPI, and Professor Lalit Kumar Avasthi, Director, National Institute of Technology, Hamirpur. The flow of today's roadshow is going to be that all these dignitaries are going to address the audience. And if there are any questions regarding the schemes that the government is running or the Prarambh itself, then we have Mr. Navjeet Kumar, who's from Invest India. And after his presentation, we can take up the question and answers. So if the audience, somebody from the audience has questions, I would request them all to put their questions in the chat box that is seen here. So without wasting any further time, I would like to invite Professor Lalit Kumar Avasthi, Director, National Institute of Technology, Hamirpur, to give a special address. Professor Lalit Kumar Avasthi has been working as director at various technical institutions since July 2012. While working as director at NIT Jalandhar, Professor Avasthi had additional charge of director NIT Delhi for about 4 months, and now he is also having additional charge of director National Institute of Technology Hamirpur from August 14, 2020. His academic career spans for more than 3 decades, in which he is involved in teaching, learning, laboratory development, infrastructure development, research, and administration. He is the main architect of Computer Science and Engineering Department at National Institute of Technology, Hamirpur, where he joined as founder faculty in August 1988. He had established the first computing facility at NIT Hamirpur. Professor Lalit Kumar Avasthi.
Good evening and greetings from NIT Hamirpur. Hansraj Sharma ji, GB Singh ji, Devesh Tyagi ji, Navjeet. I congratulate FICCI for taking this initiative of Startup India International Summit, and my best wishes from the Institute, NIT Hamirpur. At NIT Hamirpur, the main focus of the institute is that we need to flourish and give adequate inputs for the students to come up with creativity, innovation, startup, and we provide at the institute the mentorship facility and hand-holding facilities. As government, I would like to congratulate Honorable Chief Minister Jairam Thakurji for taking this initiative of CM Startup Culture, for which NIT Hamirpur is also part. And as we know that since the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, has taken up this Atmanirbhar Bharat as a main agenda. This is only possible if this vibration comes down to the youth, and the technology transformation at various institutions like NIT Hamirpur, IITs and other institutions, they need to come close and need to shoulder this responsibility so that we can transform our economy to be more than double by 2024, to be 5 trillion mark, to reach the 5 trillion mark. So Government of India is encouraging the youth of the country to come up with the innovative ideas and to initiate the startup journey, and has announced various path-breaking schemes application for national the applications for National Startup Awards 2021, for which the last date is 31st January 2021, has been invited by Government of India to recognize and reward outstanding startups and ecosystem enabled that are contributing to economic dynamics by spurring innovation through competition to encourage the startups that are building innovative products, solutions, scalable enterprises with high potential of employment generation or wealth creation, demonstrating measurable social impact. The measure of success will not only be the financial gains for the investors, but also the contribution to the social good. These startups will be considered under various schemes such as agriculture, animal husbandry, drinking water, education and skill development, energy, enterprise system, environment, food processing, health and wealth, industry 4.0, security, maybe including cyber security, space, transport, travel, and fintech. Such platforms provide an opportunity to the innovators to showcase their skills and innovations through startup journey. It is a known fact that agriculture and industry together are the key factors that can take the economy of the nation forward. And I know that these two have to be coupled with the advancements in the technology. So the research which is taking place at NIT Hamirpur or other NITs, IITs, we need to look into that this research become usable research, and we need to at least focus that if we are having roughly 300, 350 peer-reviewed journal publications from the institute, at least 10% of these publications need to be transformed into some products which can change the life of a common man. With an aim to turn the educated youth from job seeker to job creator, and in order to give support to the startup and innovation project, the state in the state, and to provide skills to the youth and potential investors to develop entrepreneurship skills, Chief Minister's Startup or Innovation Project or new industry scheme was launched by the government of Himachal Pradesh in 2016, and Department of Industries as the nodal department for the startup. Since the inception of the policy, state government has performed exceptionally well in startup policy and implementation, incubation support, seed funding support, and simplified regulations as compared to national average. The initiative of the state has for being recognized as an emerging startup ecosystem at the national level, and it has the potential to move the ladder despite being a small, hilly state. There are 654 registered startups at present, whereas 82 have been funded under CM Startup Scheme. The ecosystem for the startup includes incubators, infrastructure, and human capital. There are 11 incubators identified by the state government to provide hand-holding and associated support to the incubators. The incubators are provided incentive per month basis apart from the technical support. At NIT Hamirpur, this is one of the incubators identified by Government of Himachal Pradesh. The state government has identified this institute as one of the nodal agencies for its flagship program. In CM Startup Scheme at NIT Hamirpur, this scheme has been conceptualized in line with the policy to turn the educated youth from job seeker to job creator, to give support to the startup and innovative projects in the state, and to provide skills to the youth and potential investors. This initiative envisages various incentives for startups so as to enable the entrepreneur's success in their venture. The basic objective of this scheme is creation of self-employment and employment generation, upgrading the skills of entrepreneurs and providing them support to set up their units under professional guidance, promotion of innovation in focus areas, setting up of incubation centers, creating working space for startups and innovative projects. This scheme also aims at helping and hand-holding entrepreneurs to select viable projects in the potential areas in manufacturing and service sector and train them to set up startups. All startups, new industries in innovation projects would be eligible for availing applicable incentive for components covered under the scheme. The same incentives cannot be availed from state and center simultaneously. Key focus areas for Himachal have been technology-driven innovation in any sector, rural infrastructure and facilities, craft, art, water and sanitation, renewable energy, healthcare, clean technology, agriculture, horticulture, food processing, retail, tourism and hospitality, mobile IT, and IT-enabled services, biotechnology. In order to support the startup, NIT Hamirpur has created the facilities on campus. We have a hardware lab, we have a software lab, open space where incubating can come and join. Apart from this, other facilities and technical support and mentorship is also provided to the innovators who are willing to initiate their startup journey. Also, we provide with online help for conceptualizing their idea, for business plan, for getting the funds arranged, and all those small startup kind of programs, similar short-term programs are given to these incubators. The ecosystem for the startup scheme has 12 incubators as on now, of which 2 have been commercialized after successful completion. 2 are complete and the rest are in prototype development stage. Out of these, one of the idea is in the patent filing stage. The 2 successful stories of NIT Hamirpur have been production of slates and mosaic manufacturing, apple gardening and brushing machine. So the institute is shouldering the responsibility of along with the state, so that the technocrats which are coming out of the institute, they are not only the job seeker, but they should also be job providers. And institute would extend all possible help to the state government for creating a conducive atmosphere and mentorship for new incubators. With this word, I once again congratulate FICCI and thank the Department of Industries, Government of Himachal Pradesh, who has selected NIT Hamirpur as one of the participating institution. And I wish that the institute can shoulder this responsibility and should be able to contribute in a big way in the Atmanirbhar Bharat or Atmanirbhar Himachal campaign. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, Professor Avasthi. It was very motivating to hear and encouraging to hear the kind of work that NIT Hamirpur has been doing. And I'm sure that under your guidance, it will increase manifold in the coming future. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Varinder Singh Kanwar, who's the Vice Chancellor of Chitkara University, and he's also a member of FICCI Startup Committee. Dr. Kanwar is a PhD in civil engineering and ME in structural engineering from Thapar University, Patiala. Dr. Kanwar carries more than 23 years of research, teaching, and administrative experience. He has worked with institutes like NIT Hamirpur, Government Polytechnic, Hamirpur, Thapar University, Patiala, and Punjab Technical University, Jalandhar. He also has more than 10 research papers in national and international journals to his credit, and about 25 research papers in conferences. I would like to once again invite Dr. Kanwar to deliver an address for this roadshow. Dr. Kanwar? Dr. Kanwar?
I think he's on a mute mode.
Okay, can we please request Dr. Kanwar to unmute himself?
He's not, I think he's not able to take the call. Maybe
Okay.
we can request the next speaker and he can join later.
Yes, yes. We now request, since Dr. Kanwar is unavailable, maybe he gets to join us a little bit later on. So I now invite Mr. Devesh Tyagi, who's the Senior Director, Software Technology Parks of India, that is STPI, to deliver an address. Mr. Devesh Tyagi is Senior Director at STPI. He has more than 26 years of experience in IT, ESDM sector. He has been actively involved in the promotion of IT, ESDM sector and also working for the promotion of entrepreneurship, innovation and product creation in the country. He has also been involved in various policy formations for IT, ESDM sector. Prior to joining STPI, he served at the National Informatics Center, NIC, in various capacities. He has a wide range of experience in project management and software development. He possesses strong technical capabilities and delivered a lot of remarkable achievements. So I invite Mr. Devesh Tyagi, please.
Thank you, Ritika. Good evening, everybody. First of all, I would like to welcome Mr. Hansraj Sarma, Director Industries HP, Vice Chairman HCED, Professor Lalit Kumar Avasthi, Director NIT Hamirpur, Dr. Virender Kanwar, VC Chitkara University, and other participants on the panel. To start with, I would like to have some brief on STPI. STPI is basically founded in way back on 1991 under then Ministry of Electronics, was created to promote penetration of electronic hardware and IT industry in the country. And today, when I see back, feel myself proud because in 1991, the country's IT export were barely in 100 crores. And as of now, last year, the IT exports from STPI itself is 4.57 lakhs crores. So that is a remarkable achievement, and that speaks for itself. As a promotional body, STPI started its journey by getting through to the entrepreneurs of those times. They were in variety of sectors, and STPI invited them to start their business in IT sector. And based on the policies of the then Ministry of Electronics and support we received from various stakeholders, the industry leaders of that time jumped into IT business. And then that's where the story started. Within a decade, I think it started around 1991, around 2000, the IT sector start giving results. The 2000K, which the problem of 2000K, which everybody knows, had given a great boost to the IT industry in the country. Then onwards, we have a sunrise sector, the support of the government, and IT sector flourished based on those incentives offered by the government of India. The IT sector once has taken a lead in supporting other industries as well once they have progressed. And that's where the new technology has come, which are supporting various domains. The incubation center at STPI started way back in 1990s. So we had a vast experience of this. And I would like to congratulate FICCI. I would like to congratulate Government of Himachal Pradesh for starting this initiative in Himachal Pradesh. STPI will definitely support this initiative of our esteemed partners. We had wide range of experience. We had support of IT industry, And STPI is considered to be a part of IT industry itself, so that we can channelize our ways and means, to further blossom the flag of IT industry in Himachal Pradesh. We had been partnering with the government of Himachal Pradesh, and we had started our operation in Himachal Pradesh way back in 2000. Right now, we are operating from 2 centers, and I am happy to note that in the incubation centers of STPI, currently the turnover of, we are supporting around startups, and the turnover of these startups is recorded to be of level of 25 crores. And these startups are generating a huge employment in the region. Another thing which we have done in past years is rollout of IBPS, that is Indian BPO scheme, in state of Himachal Pradesh. Under BPO scheme, government has envisaged to set up BPOs in tier 2, tier 3 cities other than metro cities, to give the boost in IT industry where the IT penetration is not there. So we had succeeded in that. And I am happy to note that currently the number of BPOs which are functioning in Himachal Pradesh are 4 units are functioning, and they had generated an employment of 160 people. So what we are trying to do is that we are trying to take IT industry from major cities to every nook and corner of the country. And Himachal Pradesh has been benefited by this particular scheme. And this scheme also gives the employment to the local youth. So all the employment which has been done under IBPS scheme are mostly of the local youths. So this has hugely benefited the state of Himachal Pradesh. Now, STPI has been partnering with MIT in rollout of EMC 2.0 scheme. This is the extension, it is called as modified EMC scheme. This is the extension of old EMC scheme, wherein the ESDM sector is being promoted by Ministry of Electronics and IT. And I am happy to note that Himachal Pradesh is also taking lead in this. We had received a proposal. We are in consultation with government of Himachal Pradesh for preparing a proposal for creating a EMC cluster in the state of Himachal Pradesh. Another initiative which STPI has already taken is roll out of NGIS. We call it next generation incubation. You know, as you are all aware, that STPI is incubating IT sector since long, for last 30 decades. And now we are further promote the IT sector in the niche areas. We had now come up with the NGIS scheme. Under NGIS scheme, STPI is providing the startups with a seed funding of 25 crores. And that will be applicable in the state of Himachal Pradesh as well. So STPI is already working with government of Himachal Pradesh. We are preparing new schemes and we are rolling out those schemes in state of Himachal Pradesh. And we will also support government of Himachal Pradesh in this initiative of its. For this, we are coming up with our new centers in Mehli and Kangra also. So these it is near Dharamsala. So these 2 incubation space will also provide support to the startup which will be generated or created or accumulated through this particular program. So I would like to congratulate government of Himachal Pradesh, Startup India, Department of Industrial and Internal Trade Promotion for starting this initiative. And I 100% ensure that STPI will be giving all the support to this program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Devesh Tyagi. Now I invite for the keynote address, Mr. Hansraj Sharma, Director Industries and Vice Chairman, HPCED, Himachal Pradesh. Mr. Sharma's education qualifications include BSc Agriculture, MSc Agronomy, Gold Medalist, PGDBM, and MBA. At present, he is working as an IAS officer in Government of Himachal Pradesh, India. He has been awarded the Shaurya Chakra, the third highest peacetime gallantry award in India by the President of India for foiling bank dacoity. He also has served as bank officer for 3 years from 1983 to 86, as state government officer thereafter, and now serving as an IS officer of the 2006 batch after promotion. I invite Mr. Hansraj Sharma to deliver the keynote address.
Thanks, Ritika. Esteemed Professor Lalit Kumar Awasthi ji, Director NIT Hamirpur, Mr. Devesh Tyagi ji, Senior Director STPI, Mr. GP Singh, and other distinguished panelists. Greetings from state of Himachal Pradesh, and it's just I'll just describe. I'm sitting in my office, and outside it's drizzling. Probably we will have the snowfall in the during the night, and it will be all white Shimla again, maybe after 10 days. But this is part of the life, and we have to live with it. First of all, I congratulate the FICCI for organizing this first webinar on Prarambh, actually the initiative of the DPIIT, and basically which commemorate the 5th anniversary of the Startup India, which announced by Honorable Prime Minister in 2016, January 2016. This initiative of Startup India not only brought sharp focus on startups in India, but also catalyzed the Indian startup ecosystem to provide innovative solutions to local and global needs in 5 years. And this is clear from the fact that India has become the fastest growing startup ecosystem in the world, with presence of around 30 unicorns, out of which nine emerged in 2020 itself. That's the growth story. And basically, the Prarambh, which program which is named as, it will bring together all the stakeholders, whether government, institutes, academia, the fresh mind startups, and all other incubators, even accelerators, etc. And something new will turn out, and which will improve the definitely startup ecosystem in India. I believe that it's a really good step, and at least to commemorate the 5th anniversary of the Startup India by Honorable Prime Minister. In Himachal Pradesh, we have also launched the CM Startup Scheme in November 2016. The objective for Startup Scheme is the same as has been narrated earlier by Professor Awasthi, and it is for Startup India also. Basically, from job seekers to job creators, and to go for basically fructify the ideas and how to handhold these young entrepreneurs, and how to handhold these to commercialize to fructify the idea and then commercialize them into a good venture. That's important. And we have also, I will not say that made tremendous progress in Himachal Pradesh, but we have definitely done some good progress. And as far as we have empaneled 11 incubators, including the NIT Hamirpur and IIT Mandi also. Then both the agriculture and horticulture universities, the biotechnology center of this HP University, JP University, Chitkara University, and a few other, basically total 11 incubation centers. We handhold them, we provide them assistance in the first year for to the tune of 30 lakhs for the capital grant for setting up labs and all other things, and 10 lakh every year for recurring cost for the manpower and all trainings and handholding, etc. The incubators, in fact, since 2016, we have received more than 800 applications to just for startups, and there is committee at directorate level which sits normally every month or every 1.5 months, and they just hear the startups, the potential startups, and they give the presentation, and the committee, if selects the startups, then these are sponsored to the incubation centers. But there is another screening at incubation centers, because the academicians or the handholders or the mentors are sitting there. If they find the idea good, then only they give the entrance. Basically, there is screening at universities level also, or the incubation center level also, which basically induct the applicants as startups. Uh, Till today, we have around 132 incubatees, basically, which are undergone this startup, that's incubations in 11, and out of which 54 has completed their incubations, basically. And out of 54, 30 startup has commercialized. They are earning from their startups, and another basically around 30 startup or not 30 startups are about to launch the commercial production. In addition, we provide sustenance allowance to the startups to the tune of around 25,000 per month. It is only for 1 year, basically. For 1 year, we have provided around 3 lakh rupees to each startup, depending upon their progress. And we used to get the progress from the mentors and the nodal officer of the incubation center every month, and so that they are serious in their job, their venture, and they can fructify that venture into, change that idea into commercial venture, basically. And in addition, basically, if after this completion of incubation center, there is provision for providing marketing assistance to the tune of rupees to 10 lakh every startup. And also for patents, basically, Mr. Avasthi has also mentioned about the patent filing. There is provision for reimbursement of filing of payment to the tune of 2 lakh for Indian payments and patents, and for up to 10 lakhs for international. That's a big boost if someone wants at least. Even for preparation of project report for the commercial venture, there is provision for providing 1 lakh rupees, 75% of the cost, or with a maximum of 1 lakh rupees to the startup. So that there are other incentives which are available in our industrial policy also, that if there is preferential allotment of industrial plot if available to the startup. And second is, if they want to purchase land, then the stamp duty is at half the price. It's normally 6% stamp duty for normal residents. It will be 3% for the startups. That's there. And additionally, this year only, we have notified the seed fund, basically. Yeah, I will not say venture capital fund, but it's a seed fund, and it is being managed by the IIT Mandi Catalyst, basically. And we have already we are providing them around 2 crore rupees. So any startup which has completed the incubation and which want to commercialize and can get the fund as equity share or as loan for this purpose. For startup in these 4 years, the state government has spent around 2.1 crore on sustenance allowance to these incubators, and around 5.81 crore to we have provided to the incubation centers. 30 lakhs for capital grant and 10 lakh for every year. That's a recurring grant. And additionally, about 45 lakhs rupees is provided to the our own district industry centers for providing interest subvention for loans taken by the startups. And to improve the startup ecosystem, we already had organized Startup Yatra with the help of Startup India in November 2018, and it continued for 15 days, and they held 8 boot camps, and ultimately it went through 7-8 districts and culminated in IIT Mandi with very good response from many. In the state government, we are committed to help and provide assistance to the startups in whatever way we can do. We have publicized this scheme even in the different colleges and even different universities, so that many new young entrepreneurs, many new young persons, they come with their new ideas, and so that it can provide, they can become self-employed, not only self-employed, but the provide employment to others also, as well as improve their economic condition and the economic, contribute to the economic well-being of Himachal Pradesh also. Thank you very much for this. With this, I end my speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sharma, for giving us such an informative address. There, I could already see a lot of questions being asked on YouTube about the initiatives that are being taken, in the Himachal Pradesh, and your address could pinpoint those issues and already have addressed them. Thank you, sir, so much once more. Now I move to the presentation that is on the Prarambh Startup India International Summit 2021. Joining us is Mr. Navjeet Kumar from Invest India, and he is going to give the presentation. Mr. Navjeet.
Is my presentation visible, Ritika?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. It was great to hear from the dignitaries present in the panel. And good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I'm Navjeet from the Startup India team. So Startup India team is housed under the Invest India, which is under the Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. So today I will take you through a quick presentation on the startup, what is Startup India and the benefits under the same, and also some overview on the other initiatives like state startup ranking and the national startup awards. So starting with, before I start with the Startup India and the benefits, this highlights a quick overview of how this startup ecosystem in India has grown. So currently, earlier it was just talked about the tier 1 cities, the startups coming out of the tier 1 cities, Bangalore, Mumbai, Delhi. Now we have 45% startups coming from the tier 1, tier 2, 3 cities. The average age of founders in India today is 31, and with more and more college graduates taking up the role of job creators, we can see this numbers going down in the coming years. On an average, 12 jobs are created by startups per day, and currently we have more than 41,000 startups registered with the Startup India. And over the years, since the launch of the Startup India in the January 2016, we have seen how the states have taken aggressive approach towards developing the regional ecosystem, and currently 30 states have the startup policies of their own. Moving on to the next. So the Startup India was launched back in January 2016 by Honorable Prime Minister. And before availing any benefits under the Startup India, a startup is supposed to get registered with the DPIIT, and the eligibility criteria revolve around the 4 pillars. The first one is only the LLP, PLC, and the registered partners are eligible for the registration, and they should be within 10 years from the date of their incorporation, and the turnover shouldn't have exceeded 100 crore, and they should be working across the areas of innovation, improvements in the existing products and services, and working towards making things scalable and job creation as well as the wealth creation. So how a startup can register with the DPIIT? They can visit our Startup India portal, where on the portal they can fill the online application form, and it usually takes 15 to 20 minutes to fill in all the basic details. And in case if the startup is at the ideation stage, they only need to upload their incorporation certificate. And in case if the startups are in the scale up or the validation stage, they need to upload for further attachments, which could be their pitch decks or any document or their brochures which is explaining what exactly they are working on, the details on the prototype. It usually takes 24 to 48 hours for the startup team to evaluate, and then the startup receives the concerned email. So once the startup is recognized under the DPIIT, it becomes eligible for a lot of benefits which can be availed under it. It varies from the exemptions in the government tenders and the procurements, the rebates which are offered for the trademark and patent filing, also the different corporate and international programs, and the challenges which are done with the central ministries. So the startups become eligible for the same. So coming next, so since Startup India was launched back in January 16, 2016. So the upcoming January 16th marks the 5-year anniversary of the Startup India. So the DPIIT and Startup India is organizing a Startup India International Summit, which is called the Prarambh. And the aim is to bring entrepreneurial force onto the global map and bring together all the stakeholders from the ecosystem, be it investor, be it startup, academic institutions, to bring together on a single platform and open the arenas of multilateral cooperation and engagements. So there are, at an overall level, there are 24 sessions in the summit, in which we have speakers from 25 plus countries.
Sorry to interrupt, Navjeet, but your voice is breaking. Are you still connected with us? Navjeet, are you still connected with us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Please
Can you hear
continue.
me?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, great. So yeah, I was talking about the overall objective. So the idea is to, through the session, the idea is to inspire more and more youth to take the path of entrepreneurship, and so that we can have more entrepreneurs in the ecosystem to solve the challenging problems. The inclusion of all the stakeholders in the summit will enable the exchange of knowledge and the best practices, and it will also enable the path of capacity development. Although there are different, the additional objective is also there are already different avenues of funding for the startups, but the idea is to include the other remaining avenues, which could be through the sources of high net worth individuals, inclusion of family offices, to create more avenues of funding for startups. And there are also some sessions which revolves around the international market access, which will enable the startups to understand more on what it takes to expand into the international market. And also we have a virtual showcase platform where the unique startups will be showcasing their innovations and how they're solving the real-life challenges. So all the 24 sessions across the summit are with the different modules. If I have to say, there are fireside chats, there are panel discussions, we have participation from the BIMSTEC member states as well. So we have session with unicorn founders. There will be sessions, panel discussion, and fireside chats dedicated to sharing the best practices. As I highlighted, the virtual showcase, where a lot of startups will be showcasing from the India will be showcasing their innovation. There are also sessions specific to how the educational institutions are, supporting this whole growth of startup ecosystem in India. Also, the summit will open with an inaugural session, which will be graced by the Honorable Commerce and Industry Minister Sri Piyush Goyal, and we will also have the addresses and remarks from the key BIMSTEC ministers, and also the whole summit will be concluded with a grand plenary session where the Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi is likely to be present, the address to general public as well. Moving on, I would like to highlight the few other core initiatives which are happening now. So one of the initiative is the state ranking framework, which is ranking of these states. So it was launched in 2018, and it is aimed to enable more of a capacity development exercise and disseminate the best practices among the state and create upper paths of cross learning. The state startup ranking, the third version is launched, and the evaluation progress will be made from the 1st October 19 to 31st July. All the states and UTs are divided across the two categories for the uniformity perspective, and all of them would be evaluated across the 7 reform areas, under which there are 26 action points across the institutional support, fostering how they are fostering the innovation and entrepreneurship in the region, how they're enabling the market access for the startups, and including the other monetary pillars of funding and incubation support and capacity building for the enablers as well. Moving on, the first version of National Startup Awards was launched in December 2019, and we concluded with the results of the first version in the October this year. So to give an overview, the National Startup Awards aims to recognize and reward startups who are actually working towards solving the social challenges, who are actually working on the inclusiveness and diversity, scalability, innovation, are working towards solving the social challenges and also for the environmental and the economic impact. So the first version concluded with the 36 winners, which were announced across the 12 sectors, and one incubator and accelerator winner were also announced, and there were 192 finalists in total. So startups were awarded with 5 lakh in cash, and the accelerator and incubators were awarded with 15 lakh in cash. In addition to the cash award, the NSA winners and finalists are also supported across few pillars, like for example, Government Connect. The buyer-seller meets are organized by the department to help startups connect with the ministries so that they can partner and collaborate to solve some core challenges. Mentorship programs are also organized with some key partners. We also launched a Startup India Showcase. It is on the Startup India portal as well, where startups can apply, and once approved, they are able to showcase their innovation and their products on the platform, and which can be visited by the other stakeholder system, and they can further connect with the startups. We are also partnered with SIDBI to organize pitching sessions where this finalist can pitch to the investors, and further they can connect it for the funding opportunities. And similarly, the other pillars of international market access, where if any startup is looking to expand international market, that can be facilitated. And the other pillars also as well, the regulatory reforms and the corporate connects. Now we have these are few success stories from the National Startup Awards 2020. So one of the winners, Skyroot Aerospace, got the opportunity to interact with the Honorable Prime Minister and also to talk about their solutions and showcase their innovation. One of the other winners recently got acquired by the Flipkart, which was a really good success story as well. Moving on, now we have already launched the National Startup Awards 2021, and in the first version we had 12 sectors. Now the revised, we have 15 sectors with 49 subsectors as well, and we have sectors like agriculture, environment, fintech, space. It's a pretty exhaustive list, health, wellness, industry 4.0. And out of these, there are also some special categories like women-led startups, the ones who are impacting the rural areas, the campus-based startups. Uh, during the COVID crisis, we were working on the different areas like tracking, preventive or assistive uh, health, therapeutic or monitoring. So those pillars are also included, and like the last time, incubators accelerator as well. So one startup across these categories will be announced, and there will be two startups in also in the other categories. Like last time, INR 5 lakh in the cash will be given to them in the cash as a cash reward, and 15 lakh to the incubators and accelerators. Now I would like to conclude my presentation by inviting you all to the Startup India International Summit, which is called Prarambh, and will also encourage the startups, incubators, and accelerator to apply for the National Startup Awards 2021. Thank you.
Thank you, Navjeet. I'm sure there's a big delegation from Himachal Pradesh would be attending and will become a part of the Prarambh. Now we come to the end of the roadshow, and I would like to invite Mr. GB Singh, the regional head of FICCI for Himachal Pradesh, to give the vote of thanks and concluding remarks for the roadshow.
Thank you, Ritika. I would still, before we close, if there are any questions, so we would love to take them up. But in the meanwhile, just to wrap it up, as addressed by Mr. Sharma and other eminent speakers, HP state government is fully empowered and is laying down special emphasis on development of startup sector. MSME enterprises are availing benefits of the CM Startup Scheme. The scheme aims to turn the educated youth from job seekers to job creator and to give support to the startup and innovation projects in the state, and also to provide skills to the youth and potential investors to develop entrepreneurship. Besides this, the government is providing facility of handholding and mentorship as specifically told by the Honorable Director to innovative enterprises from the initial stage to setting up the industry. Emphasis is also being laid on creation of innovative ideas based on agriculture, clean technology, food processing, tourism, biotechnology, etc. Directions have been given under the scheme for setting up of ecosystem, which involves setting up incubators, self-attestation of certificates, exemption from any kind of inspection till 3 years. In this direction, state government has included 10 incubators, which are mainly modern education institutions in government sector. Various incentives are also being provided under the scheme. Livelihood allowance of rupees 25,000 per month is being provided to innovative projects. Even after implementation of the innovative ideas, subsidy of maximum rupees 10 lakh is being provided for marketing. For filing of national and international patents for startups, financial assistance is again provided separately. On the same line, a provision for financial assistance was also available for establishing foundation for trainees of incubators. Also, land is being available for setting up of MSME enterprises in industrial areas and ghettos. Even on purchase of land, the stamp duty is determined at 3% only. Now, exemption was also being given in the registration fee of State Pollution Control Board. Interest subvention was being provided at interest rate of 5% under 3 years for setting up of startup in micro sector with investment up to rupees 25 lakhs. There are a hell lot of provisions which are being given under the startup support system. Now, covering all this, as the state government is fully supporting startups and creating ecosystem for their growth, I would urge all participating startups to join Prarambh, Startup India International Summit, which is scheduled for 15th, 16th of January this year. to gain more value addition where they would share virtual stage with the icons of the industries of the world. Now, with these words, I thank all the participants, eminent speakers, and especially Director Industry, Mr. Sharma, for taking out their precious time and sharing their thoughts. Lastly, I would thank our partners, STPI, especially Mr. Rajesh Srivastava, and IIT Mandi for their support in this roadshow. To close, I again urge everyone to join Startup India International Summit, scheduled for 15th and 16th January. And lastly, wishing you all a happy new year ahead. That's it from my side.
Thank you, sir. Before we close the session, we have a couple of questions coming in, and I would like to just ask Sharma sir's view on that, and Mr. Tyagi's as well. First question has come from Uday Singh, and he has asked if there are any schemes through which they can purchase or acquire the food processing machines on subsidized rates. I think if you can give the answer to that.
Ritika, we have two schemes. Basically, one, we are running state mission for food processing. If someone wants to set up units, then he can apply, and we provide subsidy ranging from 25% even for cold store, etc., or for primary processing unit up to 75%. There's cap in that. The scheme is available on our website. One can go through it, and if for further clarification, either they should contact the district industry center or my office directly. No issue. And secondly, the new scheme, basically under Prime Minister formulation of micro enterprises scheme, in that also capital subsidy and all other benefits are available. That is being implemented throughout the country.
Okay, thank you, sir. Sir, the next question is also addressed to you, and they want to ask in brief, the eligibility criteria for the Himachal Pradesh startup scheme. So I think you have already paid a lot of importance to that, and they can see it on the website. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's there. Anybody with it's not the simple. We don't need that someone should be graduate even. Even if someone is +2 and he has good idea, he can put it. He can apply online on our startup portal, and we invite him for presentation before the committee. If the idea is good enough, then second screening is at incubation center level. If it is there, then he can be selected and he can go under incubation.
Okay, thank you, sir. So there is another question now for the government. Actually, it has been asked by Sudhanshu Jain, and he has pointed out repetitively in the chat box about sole proprietor-owned startups, and if they can apply, sole proprietor cannot apply to these awards because they're out of DIIP approval. I think this will be targeted to Navjeet.
Yes.
If we can, yeah. Navjeet, please.
Yeah, so I think startup needs to be DIP recognized. So I think they can apply for the recognition, and within 24 to 48 hours, they receive the recognition, and then they can apply for the National Startup Award.
So that means it's also true for proprietary ownership of startups.
Oh, okay. As I highlighted earlier,
sole proprietorship.
See, so the eligibility criteria mentions the PLC, LLP, and the registered partnership. It also includes the OPC. OPC. I think on that I can check, or they can write from our website, contact us from, and we can get back to them for further confirmation.
Okay, so maybe Sudhanshu, if already on the session, can contact Navjeet from
Even otherwise, also if there are any other queries, so they can route it through FICCI, so we'll be in a position to facilitate that.
Yes.
And I think the time is up. So thank you, Direct Industries. It's an honor to meet you so early in the year. Professor Awasthi, thank you so much. Mr. Tyagi, thank you again. And Navjeet ji, thank you so much for a nice presentation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And I think we can close up out here.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Thank you.